So let's start with that, Varun, that we started our campaign almost 7 or 8 days before. It's
Mm-hmm.
just been 10 days and you got the lead. So can you tell us like when you get the lead, what was the name, how was the first call, and how this lead from call to sending quotation to meeting that person face to face, how was the journey looks like? What was the obstacles you were able to, you know, uh, able to wrap it up more beautifully, or what were the things you learned? Because we understand that you are not a salesperson, you are a photographer. That's not your expertise, but still, not being a salesperson, still you were able to, book that lead. How was that possible?
See, to be honest, I didn't think कि इतनी जल्दी I would, convert the lead. And uh,
Hmm.
the lead was actually she was bride's mother.
Acha.
So I was a little less hopeful कि कुछ होगा. And she was very blunt on the first call also कि just give me the quotation and these are the dates
Mm-hmm.
and I'll see if your work is good. Then we'll talk again.
So
So
I'm able to say the lead was there on 12th of November.
yes.
So you called the lead. How was the first conversation with the mother?
It was a very basic call. I just got the details from her, and then I think it was only a minute or so call, minute more than minute. That's like, और उसके बाद I shared the quotation, and the price suited her, so she was okay with the price. उसके बाद after I think in couple of days again I got to talk to her again.
Hmm.
Then I you know pushed her for the meeting as you have asked me always that meeting you need to push for the meeting also every time
Yeah.
you talk to the
I
client.
always say to my photographers, my clients, never push for sales on the call, always push
Yes,
them for meetings. Because once
yes,
you meet the person one on one, then the magic happens. So, how was
yes.
the meeting when you met her?
Meeting was it was good and it was less intimidating I would say which I hoped okay, because it was my first meeting since we have launched the campaign.
Hmm.
So meeting was good. I showed her the work. Everyone was there. Bride was there. Her little sister was there. Her father was there.
They
And
liked your work?
yeah, they like my work. Uh, I have a very beautiful, teaser which I always show to the client, and वो उनको बहुत पसंद आया. So
Acha.
maybe that teaser worked. Maybe the way we have our conversation that worked. क्योंकि हो because पूरे time I try to sell myself, not my
Not the
work,
product, not the work.
not the
Yeah.
product. Because
So I always say to people, to photographers, never, never try to sell your work, because your
yes,
work is secondary. The very
yes,
first thing I, in fact, told you, I remember that
yes, yes.
people build trust on people, not on
Yes,
companies.
that exactly what I tried to do that day also to build
So
trust
you
with
were
people.
not a salesperson, but still you were able to, quickly make around it. So that was an achievement, I guess. I
Yes,
understand that 1,05,000 rupees as your first booking is nothing as
uh,
such.
but it's
There is
just a
more to
one day
come.
event and a small side event with it, na. So
There's a profit
it,
margin in there.
yeah, it's there.
That's great. But what would you say to, photographers who are just on the verge? There are photographers. I talk to a number of photographers throughout the week and month. There are photographers who doesn't even understand the power of, marketing, advertising
Yeah.
on social media, meta marketing. So what do you tell to them, given the experience that within just 1 week or 10 days you were able to book your very first client, and that's just the start? You have around like 8 or 10 clients working on your hands in your quotation, which
Yeah.
I saw in your lead bank that you were able to get some leads to whom you are sending quotations of 2 lakh, 2 lakh 50,000, 2 lakh 30,000, 2 lakh 45,000. So
Yes.
there are leads
Who are
who
still
have
in
this
touch with
kind
me.
of budget.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
and
So
they are still in touch with me, and I'm hopeful with these leads also. Let's see
okay.
how it goes.
So these are genuine people. These are
Yes,
interested
yes,
people with the
exactly.
real budget.
Yes.
Okay. So what do you call to those photographers who are just on the verge? Like, how would you guide them as a fellow photographer that Meta really works?
I, how will I guide them? I just, I'm also a
Just
newbie
a
here.
one snippet, just a one line guidance for them, even if they're not a salesperson, they are a photographer, they love their art and creativity, but still, do you think they can also do that if you have done it?
See, what I think is if anybody want to achieve something, na,
Yeah.
he have to try.
He has to learn, he has to
He
try.
has to learn, he has to try. And eventually, not today, not tomorrow, it will work if he is,
Yeah.
if he is trying hard. So
So the
I think
systems are there.
I tried not my best, but but it works. Maybe it's more easy for me to
Than other people. Yeah.
than other people.
I
Maybe
understand it's
somebody
about luck.
somebody yeah.
It's about luck, it's about timing, it's about
Yeah,
easiness. But still, do you think the systems in which leads come, the quality of the leads, and the sales guidance I try to give you here and there, that talk like that helped you really?
I think it's all you and your guidance that helped me because I
I
knew
think it's
nothing.
two-way. Yeah.
Yeah, I knew nothing before it. To be honest,
So
I
are
knew
you
nothing.
pumped up for like next 2 or 3 weeks?
I
Because
am
I
so
see.
pumped up. I so wanted to call more leads, but yeah, leads तो अच्छी आ रही है. To be honest,
Yes, अगर
आज
अच्छी
भी
आ रही
I
हैं तो
got to talk to two people वो भी interested थे. I'm also waiting for a client to call me again in an hour. That too came today only. तो
okay.
लीड्स तो अच्छी आ रही हैं. लीड्स में तो देखो कुछ ऐसा नहीं है